During Holy Week, when you think Holy Week and the season of Lent, you think about prayer. And I feel like Lent is the best time for prayer because this is the time when you want to get closer to God, you want to get closer to your faith.
I'm sort of blessed and cursed at the same time because my work is in church. So, for this Holy Week, I'm in a place where I have to coordinate all of our services and everything that goes on during this observance of Holy Week.
Gusto ko sa mag-pray lagi or just be in the tabernacle or to be with the Holy Eucharist, yung adoration, one-on-one with God.
And by praying, there's several ways to pray. You can do the rosary, you can go to the Station of the Cross, you can even just talk to God, the most basic way of prayer.
But also to be one in prayer with God as well as with the parishioners and the community that we're with. In my case, I'm always in this routine of working, and sometimes I forget the ministerial part, or I'm so engrossed in the ministry part that I forget the prayer part in my own life.
You have a sense of being closer to God, being closer to your faith. And with that, you can actually even share that with other people.
Sa akin, doing sacrifice to the Lord is it's maganda sa patingnan sa loob sa Diyos, at the same time sa loob mo.
I think when you think of Holy Week or just Lent in general, a lot of people start thinking about when am I going to sacrifice during the season. Like, I'm going to stop, eating candy, I'm going to stop watching TV, I'm going to stop doing social media. But another thing that a lot of people seem to forget is that it's not about sacrifice all the time, but also doing more.
In terms of sacrifice, I usually do the minimal. To be honest, I'll abstain on Friday. I'll abstain from meat on Fridays, and particularly on Good Friday, I will fast. Again, that's also a blessing and a curse because I'm involved the whole day working. I just don't have time to eat. So I guess that's kind of my sacrifice.
It's more the idea that you want to give more of yourself to other people because, like God says, what you do to the least of my brothers and sisters, you do to me. So by doing more for those that are in need, you're also doing it for God. And in a sense, you're also strengthening your own faith because by you doing it, you're showing other people that, yes, God does exist. Yes, Jesus does exist. Yes, that there are people who want to help you, who want to do good. And by giving up something or doing more, it's letting others know that you care.
Gawin mong sacrifice din na, ang Panginoon this week naghihirap para sa kasalanan natin.
Instead of making sacrifices, it's more of what can I do better? It's not necessarily that I'll give up a particular food or I will abstain or not be on social media, but it's more of how can I contribute to the poor? How can I take care of those around me who may need a friend or, our less fortunate brothers and sisters? How can I cater better as a minister to the community and be the best version of Christ that I can be for the people around me? When
we think of forgiveness, we think of the people that have hurt us, or even the people that we may have hurt. And Lent is the best time to do that because God calls us to be more forgiving of others.
Ang sa akin na forgiveness, I'm just lucky enough na hindi ako nag-hold ng galit sa kapwa kong tao. Mas madali sa akin na i-let go yung ginawa nila sa akin.
I will admit I'm just like everyone else, where it's just human nature for us to hold the grudge and to hold the things that brought us down.
Why can't we allow ourselves to forgive others as well so that they no longer have to hurt? There's so much, stuff that are built up inside of us, like anger, hatred. And the more we keep that inside of us, the harder it is to connect with God.
Ay nang kulang sa akin lagi ako nagpapatawad kasi mahirap kapag keeping the grudge nasa sayo.
Worst things that we could be experiencing, and I think if there is a time to forgive, it's always now.
If you want to connect with God more, forgive others. Forgive yourself, especially yourself, when you find things are difficult. Forgive yourself, forgive others, forgive those that put you down. It's very hard to do it, I know, but it's what God calls us to do. Forgive others, forgive yourself, so that you can be forgiven by God.
I start the day always thanking God for another day, for me to better myself, and obviously to continue serving His people, the people around me.
There's a song called Trading My Sorrows, and the lyrics go, I'm trading my sorrows, I'm trading my shame, I'm trading my sickness, I'm trading my pain, I'm laying them down for the joy of the Lord. And when I think of that, I think of what Jesus did for us in the Stations of the Cross. Like He literally just carried a piece of cross on his back for us so that we didn't have to do that.
Every day, I think there's always a challenge that I have, and my prayer is always, Lord, just be with me. I think that's the most basic and the easiest thing that I could request from God.
I just saw a video by Pope Francis where someone messaged him saying, I want to go to confession, but I can't because at this time we're in the pandemic. Not a lot of people are able to go out of their houses right now. And this person wanted to go to confession. How do I go to confession if I can't go, if I can't see a priest? And the Pope responded by saying, you can go. You can go to confession, and you can do that by talking to God directly, by praying to God directly.
My most basic prayer is just, Lord, please be with me. Help me get through this day. Help me get through what I need to do. And I know that you'll be there to protect me and to just be with me.
Yes, God does exist. So offer up your sins to Him. Let yourself go of these burdens. Free yourself so that the goodness can come inside, so that you can help others. You can show God that He does exist. Even the people who don't even believe in God will see, like, yeah, maybe God does exist. You can be that example.
Importante yun para sa mga taong nahiwalay sa simbahan, para na bumalik. Kasi ang Panginoon hindi tayo iniiwanan.
I guess I'm in that capability of bringing people to church. I think I kind of already do that, even through social media or through the ministries that I oversee.
I think the year of 2020 and 2021, we're in a unique position because of the pandemic. But at the same time, more churches were starting to do live streams. And by doing that, we now brought the church home. We no longer have to go, here to the church you can attend Mass at home. And for me, it allowed more people to have access to the Mass. And I found even my own family, they would do like the rosaries through Zoom. You know, it's something as simple as that. And it was the people that I knew weren't praying too often, but now they go on every single day. Like last year before the pandemic, I would have never imagined them to even do that, to even join on a Zoom call and pray with our family.
The most meaningful for me is when I can see the close people that, the people that are close to me, when there's a desire for them to not necessarily go to church, but to be close with God. They want something. They want to feel God's presence. And I know that I've had that experience with family members where, you know, Mark, I want to pray the rosary, or I want to go to church. I want to just pray. Can I just go to church and do this? And I don't think we're limited to just doing that this Sunday or this Holy Week. I think that's just something that we need to avail every day.
There's a lot of things that are going bad in the world. There's also a lot of good that's coming out of it. We have, you know, people coming out to help, rebuild our church, to put up tents for those that are sitting outside. Many of our parishioners here at St. Mary's, you know, when the winds took over the Santa Ana winds back in February, it tore down our tents. Many of our parishioners came out and showed support, and it was so inviting to see that many of our parishioners cared.
I know, like right now, being in this pandemic and with so many restrictions and fear and uncertainty, to some people, the faith is all that they have. And I'm so grateful that we have this capability in our church, particularly to reach out to our parishioners virtually. So at least even in the comfort of their home, there's still a presence of a community for them. There's still the presence of God. There's still a way for them to grow in the faith and with the people that they are used to being with.
There's no longer any walls stopping you from coming to Jesus. It's accessible everywhere. You got the Zoom calls, you have, live streams, you can come in person, whatever you want. Jesus is always there, Jesus is everywhere, and he's waiting for you to come back.